Hey everyone, Dave Oliveira here, back with another Heimdal video. Today we're going to look at the modules section, which you can find in the endpoint settings and then clicking your profile or your policy. I'm in DO's custom policy. I just made a custom policy here. But the tab we're going to be looking at is endpoint detection. What we're going to want to do here is, of course, turn on endpoint detection. This is the next gen AV that they have in here. What it's going to do, it's going to go ahead and auto scan USB ports so you can see what's being plugged in and you can get a historic view on that. Also, I like to do the agent balloon notifications. This is just a little notification in Heimdal when you open up or when it detects it, rather. Isolate on tamper detection is a good one. If there's some things that people are trying to get rid of the antivirus, it will detect that and report on that. Also, I love putting on the allow manual scan. This allows your users to go ahead and run a scan on the fly. Coming down a little bit, you can schedule the scan as well. I have one that just does weekly from 8 to what's that, 4 p.m., I believe. I just have it daily. It's just going to do a scan, so I definitely recommend that. The default update definitions is 120 minutes, so I always leave that as is. And if you do use the zero trust execution, it's recommended that you leave this in reporting mode for at least 2 weeks. Just notice this is a big one to make sure that you find and read, right? So put it in reporting mode. You'll see a list of what's been blocked, and then you can make whitelist exceptions, all that good jazz too. Of course, just like any other AV, there is an exclusion list. You just need the file path name and you can exclude it from searching. Same thing with a global quarantine list. You can go ahead and add it for all of the modules in there in case you're using the other modules like app control, patch assets, or the remote desktop or DNS security. Coming up here, there's a couple of more tabs. Their extended threat protection. It uses Defender on the base level, and then it's going to use their extra rules that they have in here as an extended threat protection, right? If I come down to the bottom, all these are the rules, all these are the extra things that it's going to be doing. There's 99 pages of this, but that's their extended threat protection is the XTP, and you definitely want to enable that. Definitely a good thing. Firewall management, this is where you would do things with the firewall. Like, for example, my public domains, I have inbound connections to be blocked if somebody's trying to get in from the public. Outbound and private and domain, I allow. So those are good. If we come down to the firewall rules, you can add a new rule if you did want to make, if you had a port or a remote IP that was being blocked, you can add those exclusion rules there. The last tab in here is the ransomware encryption protection. Definitely recommend enabling this if you're using the next gen AV. This is going to detect encryption processes on the computer and stop those. And it just right now, I have it as reporting. Of course, you'd probably want to take this off and actually let it block, right? But I just have it in reporting mode and all is well there. Also, I do like it's a common recurring theme is this agent balloon notification. I just want to get a notification on my agent if it pops up, just like you see on any other AV tools or products that you may use or seen in the past. The everything else is here is by default. I always leave them in. And if for some reason you did need to exclude a path because you were doing some encryption and you didn't want this to detect it, this is where you would add those exclusions. So on the next module, we're going to probably take a peek at patch and assets and DNS security, followed up by these guys over here, which is app control and remote desktop. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot. Take care.